Hi and a very good day to everyone who watching my video about my industrial training. As you guys can see, my name is Ahmad Fikri bin Ahmad Fadil and I apply my internship at Ansell Global Trading Center Malaysia Sdn Berhad. Now, let's check out the company profile. Ansell is a world leader in providing superior health and safety protection solutions that enhance human well-being. The world's need for better protection never stops, so Ansell is constantly researching, developing, and investing to manufacture and distribute cutting-edge product innovation and technology marketed under well-known brands that customers trust. Ansell is the market leader that continues to grow, employing 30,000 people worldwide, with operation in North America, Latin America, Caribbean, EMEA, and Asia Pacific. Customers in more than 100 countries around the world trust Ansell and its protection solution. Ansell has four main operational headquarters in Iceland, NJ Brussels, Belgium, and Cyberjaya, Malaysia, and its registered office in Melbourne, Australia. Ansell Limited is a public Australian company with its listing on the Australian Stock Exchange. Ansell operates through two global business units, GBUs, which is industrial and healthcare. For industrial, this segment involves the manufacture and sale of hand and body protection products for a wide spread of industrial application, with products including critical environment glove, chemical resistant glove, and cut resistant glove. For the healthcare, this division is involved in the manufacture and sale of medical, surgical, and examination gloves for hand barrier protection and infection control for both healthcare professionals and patients. Now, for the location of Ansell is based in Malaysia. The head office is in Prima 6 Prima Avenue, Block 3512, Jalan Teknokrat 6, Cyberjaya, Malaysia. It operates in the wholesale trade industry. It was first established on April 11, 2014. Now, let's see about Ansell vision, mission, and values. For Ansell vision is to create a world where people can enjoy optimal protection against the risks they are exposed to. Whether at work or outside the workplace, people require the right protection for the right application. After all, what better guarantee is there than increased safety, security, and productivity than through adequate protection? Next, for the Ansell mission, Ansell's mission is to provide innovative safety solutions in a trustworthy and reliable manner, creating an Ansell protected world. Lastly, about the values. Ansell values has eight values, which is integrity, trustworthiness, agility, creativity, passion, involvement, teamwork, and excellence. Now, let's see about the organizational structure for Ansell. I'm focusing about the logistic department because I apply my internship for logistic. We have Neil Selman as my CEO, John Marsden as Senior Vice President Operation, Alison Campbell as Vice President Global Logistics. And then we have Mr. Huan Huat Chan, who is my director in Logistics Department. Under him, there are six managers and also senior manager. My manager is Irene Kua, who is my leader. We work under team Global Invoice. Now, let's talk about services provided by Ansell Malaysia. Ansell is a company which manufactures protective industrial and medical gloves. Ansell is one of the world's largest manufacturers and marketers of high-quality rubber and latex healthcare barrier protection for the medical and industrial markets. Since the beginning of the business, Ansell has strived to provide a better protection. Ansell engaged in frequent communication with communities, end users, and professional trade groups to understand their needs and wishes as part of its ongoing quest for protection, comfort, and quality that is always improved. Ansell brands distinguish themselves from the competition with their premium quality, outstanding performance, and cutting-edge comfort and fit. But maybe most importantly, consumers all around the world now recognize Ansell brands as trustworthy ones, as a sign of Ansell's dedication to a world where everyone and everything is ideally protection for the comfort levels they guarantee, as well as for the knowledge, assistance, and services they are integrally tied to. So, Ansell measure provide industrial hand and arm protection. For example, chemical and liquid protection, mechanical glove and sleeve, also disposable glove. And then they provided body and protection, gas and vapor, liquid spray and splash, particulate or low hazard, air effect, chemical flame retardant, and also diving. Then they also provide healthcare, which is a surgical glove and exam glove. And next for the life science, they provide glove, protecting clothing, goggles, rubs and isolated glove, face masks, and accessories. Now, I will share about my training's reflection during my internship at Ansell Global Trading Center Malaysia Sdn Berhad. My internship at Ansell Global Trading Center Malaysia Sdn Berhad began on 1st March 2022 and ended on 12th August 2022. So the working hours are from 8:30 a.m. and ends at 5:30 p.m., whilst the working day are from Monday to Friday. The working hour may be extended on occasion to ensure that everyday responsibilities are completed since we are still in the midst of a pandemic. The government implemented PKP 3.0, which required employees to alternate between working in the office and at home. I learned a lot about the nature of my job and how it affects the supply chain and the logistical process from my internship experience. Having so much difficulties to adapt after 6 months in a new, different work environment. Also, since this was my first time embarking on a new path after having been a student and never having worked out outside the home, I was eager about what I would learn as well as the result of my work, as well as what my co-workers and supervisor thought of it. And soon that I will become a working person, I genuinely enjoy this area even more and want to learn more about it. Intern in a logistic department at Ansell Global Trading Center Malaysia Sdn Berhad includes a variety of tasks. First, I have to provide to manage data analytics. I had the opportunity to work as an invoice and document in the global invoice team. During my first month at Ansell, I learned about the roles and responsibilities of each department, as well as the process and requirements for each document. Every week, I learned that I will be receiving new tasks and new documents from financial team and have to submit back to them. As an intern here, my daily responsibility is to key in the shipment details using the shipping instruction we obtain from the shipper and prepare house bill of lading and master bill of lading. Next, my task would be support for queries from both internal and external customer. Aside from creating the bill of lading, my job also includes ensuring that every detail for each document is correct and accurate in accordance with the regulation of each country. This is due to the fact that each country has its own rules and regulation for exporting and importing. Hence, ensuring that all export documentation is right and accurate is essential for ensuring that the process of exporting goods to other countries runs smoothly, and if incorrect details are found in the bill of lading, it will be some kind of problem for us. So for my third task would be demonstrate a general understanding of shipping laws, procedures, and practices. I gain knowledge of comprehending the entire procedure of arranging ocean freight shipment right from the beginning as I prepare a bill of lading for And as for shipment, my responsibility need that I liaise and work closely with the control tower team, shipper, carrier, and foreign agent in order to ensure that the entire process of handling the delivery of the client's shipment proceeds smoothly and without disruption. Furthermore, I learned from my coworkers how to cope with a variety of situation in a way that I would not. This condition has increased my learning and allowed me to obtain information at the expense of others. And then for my fourth task would be provide backup support to logistic team as needed. This company use a single window system which allow everyone in the company to access the same information at the same time. GT Nexus is used by the company to carry out its essential business operation. I was also able to increase my technical knowledge with Microsoft Outlook and Microsoft Teams. Since all of the plans are kept on the Outlook, I'm also learning better time management while working here. So the tool has also helped me to be more punctual by sending a reminder 15 minutes before the work is due. So what I gained from my internship at Ansell, uh, working at Ansell Global Trading Center Malaysia Sdn Berhad has become one of the most memorable experience of my life. This internship was really beneficial in assisting me in imagining the long-term path that I would like to take in my career. In terms of practical knowledge, I learned more about certain work roles in the logistic and supply chain area that I might be interested in the future. Extrinsic benefits received during internship include a monthly allowance, about 1,000 ringgit Malaysia, and workplace amenities such as laptop, computer, and comfortable space. While the personnel are exceedingly competent and skilled at what they do, this has provided indirect motivation to improve. Apart from that, all of my coworkers are eager to teach even the simplest of most basic tasks. They would never look down on someone who is still new to industry as long as they are treated with respect by their coworkers. As a result of carrying out my tasks and responsibilities in order to complete my internship journey here, I have also improved my communication, interpersonal, and adaptability skills. Overall, I find my internship to be a significant step forward in my career growth. And so I also developed my ability to function under duress. I had a lot of tasks that needed to be completed as quickly as feasible. And now let's talk about a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis is conducted in order to pinpoint and examine a company's strengths and weaknesses, as well as a certain opportunities and threats that they may have encountered in the industry. In this section of report, I will be assessing Ansell Global Trading Center Malaysia Sdn Berhad using SWOT analysis. So first, for the strengths, we have proven industry expertise, highly successful at market products. And for the weaknesses, there are gaps in the product range sold by the company and investment in research and development. For the opportunities, new environmental regulations and opening new market segments. And for the threats, we have currency fluctuation and competition against large and innovative businesses. Now let's me share about Ansell's strength. First, proven industry expertise. Ansell Malaysia's product now have a consistent level of quality thanks to automation, which also allows the business to view the data in response to market demand. Experience combining complementary businesses with mergers and acquisition. In the recent years, it has effectively integrated a number of technology firms to improve processes and make a trustworthy supply chain. Trustworthy vendors, its strong base of dependable raw material suppliers enables the business to get around any distribution network. Second point would be highly successful at market products. Ansell Malaysia is good on their brand markets. For example, solid returns on capital expenditure. Ansell Malaysia has a good track record of completing new projects and has achieved this by creating new revenue sources. Ansell Malaysia has strong free cash flows even after paying its operating expenses and capital expenditures. The more free cash flow a company generates, the more it may devote to dividends, debt reduction, and expansion prospects. For the Ansell's weakness would be first, there are gaps in the product range sold by the company. The company's product line is lacking some items. A new competitor may gain ground in the market as a result of this lack of options. Having little success outside of your core business, despite being one of the top businesses in its sector, Ansell Malaysia has struggled to expand into other product categories given its current culture. Second point would be investment in research and development. Investment in R&D lagged behind the industry's top performance in terms of growth. Despite spending more on R&D than the industry average, Ansell Malaysia has not been able to keep up with the leading competitors in the sector in terms of innovation. Ansell should focus on this area because they need to strengthen their weakness. Corporation can use SWOT analysis to strengthen its areas of weakness and capitalize on its competitive advantage and strategic positioning. So for the third, which is opportunities, first, new environmental regulation. The new possibilities will level the playing field for all industry participants. And Malaysia has a fantastic opportunity to highlight its technological edge and expand its market share in the new product category. The implementation of innovative industry standards and the government's free trade agreement have given Ansell Malaysia the chance to access a rapidly evolving market, which has resulted in the breaking up new business opportunities. Second would be opening new market segments. The market's growth will dilute competitors' advantages and allow Ansell Malaysia to become more competitive in relation to its rivals. New client via the online channel, the business has made significant financial investments into the web platform over the last few years. With this investment, Ansell Malaysia now has access to new sales channel. And last SWOT analysis would be threats. First, currency fluctuation. So, due to the company's international operation, it is subject to currency swings, particularly given the unstable political environment in many global markets due to the differing liability rules in other nations. Answer Malaysia may be subject to a variety of responsibility claims when those markets policy change. Second, competition against large and innovative businesses. So the company face intense competition from others manufacturing. This competitive environment presents a significant threat against the technology business. These competitors could reduce Ansell market share and revenues in the future. Now, let's talk about discussion and recommendation. For recommendation for the weaknesses, there are gaps in the product range sold by the company. So my recommendation would be uh, track trends in the field of study, ask for customer feedback and pay attention to it, analyze the products and services of rivals and set yourself apart, and then consider the big picture and modify a current good of services and employ outside resources to carry out of your research. Second, investment in research and development. My recommendation would be strategic route mapping, further the R&D study and trial and error, bringing in fresh resources through acquisition. For the threats, currency fluctuation, the recommendation would be investing in international equities will help investors take advantage of depreciating the dollar. Second, competition against large and innovative business. The recommendation would be set a competitive pricing. Offering more competitive pricing is among the simplest strategies for outperforming your rivals. Ansell need a comprehensive understanding of what their competitors' products or services are priced at in order to choose the right price point. Find out which rivals are the most affordable. The next step is to decide if what Ansell are offering adds more value than the competition and should be priced lower than the rival. And now let's talk about the case study. For the first case study would be process flow from carrier. Delays in shipment are caused by a variety of circumstances. Vessel delays, logistical restriction, and a lack of freight coordination are just a few of the reasons. Port congestion, bad weather, changes in service schedules, and a lack of capacity on the vessel of contribute to shipping delays. For this scenario, while vessel delays are common owing to the circumstances listed above, the carrier rarely provide us with advance notice of the delay in order for us to inform our shipper and agent at the destination. With that said, the shipper and agent were always unsure whether or not the vessel had sailed from the port of loading. Shippers will complain if they do not receive confirmation on vessel departure, which will disrupt their plan to deliver the goods on schedule. However, delays due to the valid reasons such as bad weather beyond carrier responsibilities. Hence, the shipper must bear with it. And for the second case study would be missing BL number. An official document known as a bill of lading identifies kind of quantity and final destination of the commodities being carried. Both the shipper and the transporter or carrier must sign the bill of lading. When the transporter delivers the good to the specific location, the BL becomes the shipping receipt. So the BL document, which certifies that the receiver has taken possession of the goods, must be supplied with the transported goods and is signed by an authorized receiver representative upon receipt. If the bill of lading is lost or destroyed, the following procedures may be required. First, commercial invoice. The shipper must create a commercial invoice and a packing list that lists the contents and specific of the shipments. Any port requires the commercial invoice for their products to pass customs. This is what's on the commercial invoice: quantity and value of the goods being shipped, name and address of the manufacturer and shipper, name and address of the buyer or receiver, country of origin and destination, description of goods being shipped for the customs agent. Second would be the packing list. A packing list, which is a component of the customs clearance procedure, contains information about the goods, such as their weight, size, quantity, and the number of containers they are packed in. So right now we are on the conclusion. So to conclude, I have learned so much in Ansell Global Trading Center Malaysia Sdn Berhad, from zero knowledge in logistic industry to recognizing Incoterms about shipment easily. I have learned so much about logistic industry within 6 months of my period throughout of the internship. Being an intern in Ansell, I was exposed with different types of people, especially from other country. Since I had the email with the people from other country about shipment invoice, it was difficult for me to understand the rates and the terms that they use. But the longer I have communicate, the better I am trying to adapt with the situation. It was a challenge for me at first, but nothing is impossible. Other than that, I have learned that people who hold big position, such as director for logistic department and senior manager, also including the manager for Each team plays a huge role in giving good examples for their team. The way they handle things, if there is miscommunication or out of control situation, were full of professionalism. I find that quite interesting because the way they escalate things between teams member were really insightful. For example, there is a shipment is out of control and the customer is really demanding. They managed to find solution and handle calmly. I was really impressed at the time, although my position as intern is to only support my team member. With that being said, it includes communication skills as well. Good communication among team members can be bond the relationship within others and keep the relationship strong. That's all from me. Thank you.